There was a day that I had to take a look in the metaphorical mirror and come face to face with all of my bad past financial decisions. My bank had contacted me and told me that I had overspent on my account. I looked at the bank statement. It physically hurt. It felt like a gut punch of everything that I had failed at and everything that I had done badly. And you know whose fault it was? Hi, it's me.
Obviously, I'm the problem.
And you know who could fix it?
It's me.
It catapulted me into being in complete control of my money. Enter frugality. Does frugality equal minimalism? Maybe a little bit. For me and my family, minimalism is not about getting rid of all of your stuff. If Marie Kondo came to my house and she saw these big cups, she would be like, Christine, these don't spark joy. And I would say, cool. But they were free, so they're staying. So minimalism did not start for me as this like philosophy or way of thinking or getting rid of everything. Here are the minimalist rules I actually live by, the ones that save money, lower my stress, and make life a little more manageable without throwing away everything that I own. Whatever like trend you happen to get into, whether it's the frugal, the trad wife, sourdough, minimalism, boss babe, weekend warrior, whatever it is, whatever you pick, should not be your whole personality. I feel very passionately about saving money wherever I can so I can spend it on the things that I do care about. So money matters to me, which is a noble goal. And maybe you jump into minimalism and it's exciting because you're decluttering, you get rid of things you don't want, you don't have to dust anymore. You walk into your home and it feels clean and calm and you can breathe for a second. It's very empowering. You're resourceful. You're making great life decisions. You're adulting. And then whatever thing that you pick slowly becomes your whole thing. So if it's frugal, you move into this spot of like, am I even allowed to spend money on this thing? Like, are you not allowed to go on date night with your husband anymore? Are you not allowed to sign your kids up for a sport because of the money? And when it comes to minimalism, like, are you not allowed to own 20 pairs of shoes, even though you like shoes because it breaks the rules?
What rule? There's no rule.
So when you get caught up into overthinking, like whatever box you put yourself in, maybe take a step back and rethink what the goal actually is. Yeah, I'm a frugal person. I don't want to waste money. That matters to me, but frugal is not my entire personality. The point of choosing an identity of sorts is to make your life better in whatever way that it is. Saving money, having less clutter in your house so you can think clearly. Maybe the sourdough bread is super delicious and it doesn't cause that much stress. It's fantastic. But just be aware of having it become your entire identity, and then people don't want to talk to you anymore because all you talk about is sourdough. This one will absolutely change your life. I've spent the last 2 years or so moving into a more minimalistic, consuming environment. Spend an hour on your phone scrolling through whatever it is that you like to scroll on, and an hour goes by and then I don't feel better and I've lost an hour and I haven't done anything. And this could work for shopping online, clicking on things, commenting on Reddit, pinning TikTok recipes that you're never ever going to get to. While you're doing that, you might notice that you're watching other people live while you're not really living. There's a couple little hacks that I did to help with that. My friends use something called the brick. So they would brick out their phone so it didn't do anything other than make phone calls. Something I do is I like to put mine on airplane mode. Also, I took social media completely off of my phone, like 100% off, maybe a little over a year ago. So there's no mindless anything. When I pick up my phone, I can't go to Instagram because it's not there. Even though I do YouTube like this as a job, I actually don't have YouTube on my phone either. I want to choose what I consume, when I consume it, but instead I'm spending my time creating as an alternative. And that could look like a whole lot of different things. Maybe I'm creating fitness. Maybe I'm creating meals in my kitchen. I could be creating relationships with my friends and my family. We did this super cool girls' night thing last night. So I have a group of friends that are like outdoorsy girls. And one of them is having a baby. So we all got together to do like a hike and mountain bike on the trails in the mountains as like baby shower gifts. We all brought food, like meals that we made and froze that she can keep in her freezer for when she has the baby. So we biked very slowly and like hung out for the evening and had treats and goodies. It was so much fun. Maybe you've joined a book club or something. Or maybe you're even listening to an audiobook while you put away all of the clean clothes that you've been washing for the last 2 weeks and then put on a pile on their bed. Wait, is that just me? I hate putting away clean clothes.
Doing laundry? Huh? Mending chicken wire?
So if you find that you're feeling a little off, you see this thing right here? Just put it down and walk away and go create something instead. Go make a meal. Go make your bed. Take a shower. Call a friend. Clean out a drawer. Pay a bill. It doesn't matter. You don't have to become an artist. You don't have to make canvases. You don't have to write a novel. But we do need to stop outsourcing our entire evenings to our phones. Sometimes we feel like if I buy the right organizing bins, or the right workout shoes, or the right makeup, or the right kitchen appliance, I might be the kind of person who has my life together. I might be prettier. I might be a faster runner. I might be more organized. My pantry wouldn't look like a mess. Maybe I would be a better cook. Perhaps I would spend less money at the grocery store and I wouldn't feel like a failure. For some reason along the way, we have convinced ourselves that a new water bottle will change our entire personality and make us be something that we aren't. What I learned over time is all of these things don't change our lives as much as we think they will. In fact, they almost don't change it at all. And they definitely don't change your life as much as skills and habits and investing in yourself. Learning how to cook, basic how to cook skills will save you more money at the grocery store than any of these tools. You don't need a crock pot. You don't need an air fryer. You don't need a Ninja Creamy. You don't need a rice cooker. And yeah, I have all of those things, except not the rice cooker. But what I did first was learn how to cook. It's kind of like Glinda in The Wizard of Oz.
You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
You do have the power. So if you want to be more fit, it's not about buying a new pair of shoes. Although if you don't have a pair of shoes, that will be helpful. You just need to create the habit of going out and taking a walk or going for a run every day. If you want to be more organized in the pantry, it's not about the right storage container or program. It's about buying less stuff. Christine.
Problem is I'm hungry.
So the next time you want to buy something to solve a problem, ask yourself, could I learn a new skill or teach myself something that may solve the problem instead or maybe better? Although I have heard from people who have the Roomba that really is solving a problem. I don't have one, but I have heard that. One of the other ways I've been investing in myself is to take care of my health. I'm training for several bike races right now, and since I'm a little older, I've been taking my recovery and supplements a lot more seriously, which is why I'm so excited to partner with Momentous today. There's a couple of supplements I've been using from them that I want to talk to you about. So first of all, creatine. Creatine is probably one of the most studied supplements that has the most health benefits with basically no side effects whatsoever. So you can do this standard plain creatine monohydrate, and you can put it in any drink that you want. 5 milligrams a day, you don't have to time it with the workout, is your standard dose. And they've actually done some cool studies on the addition of creatine and mental health. So if you want a safe supplement that can help with your mental health, creatine is a really interesting one. Also, it helps me recover faster, gets me ready for the next workout. I personally prefer the chews, which is this one. It's the strawberry flavor. Instead of drinking mine, if you don't want to do a drink, you could just do these like chew things. So the chews make it feel like I'm kind of getting a treat, but it's a really nice, easy way to get my supplements in. But I also have to talk about the Fuel, the carb electrolyte mix. So I got this POG flavor, which is passion fruit, orange juice, and guava all mixed together. You can find it in a juice on the Hawaiian Islands. I did this one recently in a water bottle for a 2.5 hour group bike ride that was really hard. I'm doing this because I want the carbs in a water bottle because it's really hard to chew when your heart rate's up and you're breathing really hard. This was money. This was so good. I like to partner with Momentous because they've built a reputation as the high trust brand in kind of a low trust category by holding themselves to a higher bar, what they like to call the Momentous standard, a commitment of doing things the right way, not necessarily the easy way. Their creatine uses the purest form of creatine monohydrate, and every formula is made with clinically backed, highly bioavailable nutrients, no fillers, no artificial sweeteners. And my favorite part, discount. Right now, Momentous is offering you guys, my viewers, 35% off your first order with the code FFM. I do have a link in the doobly-doo below. It's livemomentous.com. Minimalist.com and use the promo code FFM. 35% off of your order, whether you want to get the POG Fuel or the creatine chews or powder. That's livemomentous.com. Use the code FFM. Thank you to Momentous for sponsoring. Now let's get back to the rest of the video. I knew this guy and he would often talk about retiring, and he was very excited to retire. And when I asked him, what are your plans when you retire? The answer was always, whatever I want. Well, the time came and the retirement hit, and what he does every day is a lot of sitting on the couch and phone scrolling. Retirement for him doesn't look like the kind of retirement that I want. In contrast, I have another friend who made a list of things that she wanted to do when they retired. They retired into something. And so maybe while traditional work is put by the wayside, she still has goals and things she wants to do every day. She's curated hobbies, like big, huge goals for her and her husband, things to work on, things to track, things to measure. And this one might feel controversial because when I say work is a gift, I'm not necessarily talking about like going to the office and like clocking in and then getting a paycheck. That's not really what I'm talking about. Human beings are meant to have purpose. Human beings like solving problems. We like building things. We like helping people. We like feeling useful, like we matter to someone or something. And that doesn't have to mean a career. It does not have to mean being paid in any way, shape, or form, but it does mean doing something. Gandalf says all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. And what's interesting is once you stop chasing like consumerism, you have this clear vision to decide what really matters to you in your life, in your family. And maybe it's caring for a neighbor, maybe it's caring for a family member, maybe it's volunteering at your local soup kitchen or animal shelter, or teaching your children something. So the question to ask yourself every day is, what kind of life am I contributing to, or what am I contributing? And for me, when life gets very loud and busy and chaotic, if I come back to what am I contributing, it helps me find more direction and more purpose and more peace. It's important to know yourself, and for me, I cannot be trusted to make good decisions when I'm feeling emotional. Bad day, need a little pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Feeling a little sad. Oh yeah, that'll perk me right up. A little stressed out, chocolate will do the trick. Excited? We should celebrate with cookies. Annoyed? Well, I deserve a new body fragrance, obviously.
Obviously.
No stable person ever has bought something when they were very, very upset and thought to themselves, wow, that was the best financial decision I have ever made. Emotions are terrible financial advisors. The question instead is, when I'm going out shopping, whether it's DoorDash, or Instacart, or Amazon, or whatever involves getting in your car, driving to a store, putting something in your cart, pulling out the wallet, that's not an accident. And hitting that complete purchase button, that's also not an accident. How are you feeling when you're doing these things? What emotions are you trying to suppress or heighten or fix in your life by buying something for yourself, you know, as a treat? You know, if I'm gonna have to get through life, I'm clearly going to need a Mickey D's Diet Coke, no ice, because mama needs to get through the day. McDonald's. Not only does that make us bad managers of our emotions, it also takes a little bit of our cashola. And as someone who wants to save their cash to do things I actually really like to do, we need to focus on the habit loop of emotional spending, why we're doing it. Are we running around Target because we're bored? Are we going into the Costco to get the rotisserie chicken, but you know it's at the back, right? And you have to go through all the clothes and the kitchenwares and the pretty things, the pretty things in order to get the deal? They're smart. They're very good at marketing to you. They know you're gonna want those new kitchen towels, or if you get this Ninja Creamy, you'll be a better mom. Or if you buy the giant pack of 9-volt batteries, your husband will go through the entire house and change all of the fire alarm batteries, right? Right?
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Identifying why you're buying something and stopping the purchasing for emotional reasons will save decluttering later, maybe a little bit of weight gain, and definitely keep more cash in your pocket. Everything in your life wants something from you. So for right now, these clean dishes need something from me. They need to be put away. And I don't have any kids at the house to put these away, darn it. These things want something from me. The dirty dishes in the sink also want something from me. The dirty clothes that I buy because I like clothes now need to be washed, folded, and put away and managed. The extra purse I bought as a treat for myself, the massage appointment that I made, the nail appointment that I made, even the appointments are taking something from me. It's too much to manage, too much to think about, to drive to the appointments. Instead, I tried to simplify my life by not doing chores. My kids are totally doing that.
That's why you have kids.
This one was actually really hard for me because I'm on YouTube and because I'm not 25. It does feel to me that the prettier I am, the more people will enjoy my content.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really ridiculously good looking?
So a few years ago, I went on this rabbit hole of trying to be as pretty as I possibly could. I did eyelash extensions because they look great on camera. I tried to get nicer makeup. I really tried to pay attention to my hair. I was getting my eyebrows waxed.
It's like it's frozen or something.
Well, this. I got a Botox injection today.
Oh my gosh, the appointment and the upkeep, it was exhausting. All in the name of self-care, of looking a certain way. And this could be true if you're getting your daily Dutch bro drinks, or in my case, the large fry at McDonald's. What do they put in those fries? It's delicious. Or getting the mani-pedi, or going for a massage, or whatever it is, these self-care things that we have. These ended up taking a ton of my mental energy. So I went minimal, and maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't. Maybe just looking like myself is actually fine.
You think?
What I do know for sure is that canceling all of the appointments not only cleared out my schedule so I could focus on other things like paying the bills, like taking my kids to the dentist, like going to watch my son do track. You know, I could spend my time doing that instead. So my schedule cleared out and I had a lot more money. The amount of money I tried to put into looking a certain way or feeling a certain way, when it really just comes down to acceptance. It ended up looking like a clear schedule and more money in my bank account was better self-care than all of the other things I was doing in the first place. I firmly believe that the rise of the internet and social media has made us deeply unsatisfied with pretty much everything that we own. Like this TV that works perfectly fine and we think, upgrade, look how small it is. Look how teeny. What is this, a TV for ants?
A center for ants?
No, we need to get the 75-inch, no, the 85-inch, no, the 105-inch TV. My house isn't even big enough for it, but we needs it. We are being fed this lie that we need to upgrade everything in our life, our phone, our TVs, our computers, our gaming system, our cars. Does your car work perfectly well? Well, my friends, it's a couple years out of date. It's not safe anymore. New car time. I'm sure you've heard this phrase before. No is a complete sentence. Look in the mirror and say that sentence. I don't need to upgrade the car. It didn't magically become unsafe because I passed a certain date. So do you actually need upgrades, or are you just a little bored? You're just being influenced by all the $50,000 cars that people are just casually driving around. Try not to let social media convince you that everything in your life needs an upgrade in order for you to belong, in order for you to feel like you fit in, that you are worth something, because all this stuff, it's just stuff. It's just stuff. And then when you move into the nursing home, like when you're 70, your family's just gonna give it away anyway.
I can take extra special care of that young lady over there for nothing.
At the end of the day, we have to stop chasing things in order to feel satisfied with our life and really just sit in it and feel satisfied with our lives. Frugality, minimalism, they do seem to be towing the line with each other and feel very similar in nature, because at the end of the day, the main question is, what kind of life are you trying to build? And so all of these rules, as it were, are just trying to help support you, support me in the life that I want, the life I curate, instead of being told how I need to live or what I need to buy or how to decorate my home or whatever it is. So I would love to know from you, what is one rule you follow that helps make your life feel simpler, easier, just better? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you subscribe, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. But wait, there's more. My friends, I'm going to a wedding. It's gonna be what you would call like an outdoor casual wedding. I don't wanna buy a dress, so you are going to help me pick a dress to wear to the wedding. So don't think like high formal wedding, that's not what we're doing. It's not that formal. Church in the park in a spring afternoon is more like what we're going for. Here's what I already have. What are your thoughts? I wore these for family pictures last summer. It's cream, it's not white. Is this a bad plan because you don't want to wear a color too close to the bride? But it's simple. I can dress it up with accessories. I do love it. Option 2. This one's also cream, but much more like bright and fun, too casual. Here's a close-up. I do love this one. It screams summer. Number 3. This one I could wear with white shoes. It's very lightweight. It's got a tie on it. Here's a close-up of the fabric. Does it feel too wintry? I don't know. Okay, I have more dresses than I thought. What about this one? I love this dress. I love the color. It's super fun. It's bright. It's summer. It screams summer. What do we think on this one? This is also a go-to. This is my signature color. I've got the brown eyes, okay? I love green. This is my favorite color. It looks great on my skin tone, on my hair, on my eyes. Simple. Stand in the background. Don't stand out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gave you 5 options. Which one should I do? And if you want to see which one I pick, I might post it on Instagram, so follow me over there. Okay, Christine out.